welcome to Oops I
Don't
Shitted, episode 4, Host edition.
I don't get it.
We talking rubbish, right? We talking about EE and
Yeah,
NADPC.
a bunch of dog shit. As
Yeah,
usual.
yeah. So what is this? I don't actually know what happened.
So this is Eternal Envy. Okay, so
Yeah.
basically, first in order,
Okay.
you have the BNY drama.
Yeah.
Now, to confirm my understanding, so you know the DPC format a little bit better. There's open qualifiers that will get a team to closed qualifiers, so
Yeah.
they can then try to qualify to TI. Is that correct?
Kind of. Yeah. Sure. Why not?
Okay, so basically what happened, there's this guy called Zero Dota. He started a team called BNY with
Yeah. Black and yellow, because EE is yellow and Jube is black. Yeah, I get it.
no, that's not he wasn't an original team, so maybe they changed it. Wait, yeah, okay, anyways, they have this team with I don't remember what players, but
Yeah,
basically
noobs.
there was like a bunch of noobs, then two noobs left,
Yeah.
and they wanted to replace some of the noobs, you know. So one of the guys that they were discussing was EE, and funnily enough, this guy says that Yube and him and Yamsun, like the three original players that weren't the noobs that left, like thought this was gonna happen if they invite the EE, and they had apparently a week to discuss. Is EE gonna like come and try and start shit and kick one of us if we
Yo,
let him in?
don't do that thing where you highlight text. By the way, it fucks my my viewing experience really bad.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, basically they discussed this. They were like, "No, this is never gonna happen." And now they invited EE to a team that qualified to like closed qualifiers, and now EE joined the team and now wants to kick players and make his own team. And because this is EE, this became like a huge thing because he's already done something similar before, where he kicked a gunner and another person from a tournament they already qualified to, which was like even more scums. So now everybody molded bigly at EE on the Reddit subreddit. The Dota 2
Yeah.
subreddit.
Yeah.
I mean, what else is there to
Well,
say? And then
well,
EE came out with a very funny tweet longer saying that this isn't in the spirit of Dota.
yeah.
People roasted him for that.
EE is a fucking retard, basically, because before 2015 there was no open qualifier to TI, and it's absolutely fucking ridiculous that he thinks that there has to be open qualifiers so unstable players like him are able to get into like TI, basically, because this isn't how it works in any other sport. Like, do you think they just play like a whole season of like NFL or Actually, to be fair, I know nothing about those sports, but imagine like they play a whole season of NFL, like 48 games, whatever. Like every team plays every team, and then fucking like he just comes in with a steel chair and he qualifies to like the Grand Slam, whatever, and he just dunks on Kobe Bryant. Like this is never gonna happen. Like, what's the point of having a league or like game days or wage structures or any of that if you
No,
just fucking show up and like?
you're wrong.
I'm right.
No, I can tell you why you're wrong. Because EE is missing the point. So, like, you shouldn't argue with what he's saying, because there is an open qualifier. But the difference is, like, because Dota is purely like esport, like on a computer, we have the chance that other sports do not have for very, very talented players to qualify to play against like top teams, right? There is
Yeah.
a chance. But what EE is trying to do is, instead of going through open qualifiers, he's trying to join a team that has already qualified through open qualifiers to close qualifiers, right? That's how it works.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to join a team like that's already done the work, and then he's trying to kick people from the team and like
Yeah.
do his own thing.
Yeah, I mean that is fucking ridiculous. Like about the Gunnar situation, it's slightly less what I think it's slightly more understandable. Like if you're the owner of a team, to be honest, you can kick whoever you want, right? Like okay, you qualify for some tournament, and it's shitty to kick Gunnar, but like I mean like if you're the owner, you're the captain, whatever. There's no rule against it, right? It's just kind of scummy
No,
move.
I
And
think it's what happened to Gunnar was even extreme, like even more scummy than this, because he joined the team, then he kicked the guy from participating in a tournament that he already did the work for. Gunnar already played in the team, like killed
yeah,
all
but
the creeps and
it
stuff.
doesn't matter though, because if the general consensus of the team is that Gunnar is gonna be a liability in the tournament, and they all agreed, because E is not like the dictator being like, I'm gonna kick Gunnar, and then no one says anything about it. Like clearly they would rather have
No,
EE, right, than
what happened there was. Sorry, I saw. I'm gonna close Discord. What happened there was he basically made an ultimatum, and it was like, okay, either I leave the team or we kick Gunnar or something like that.
yeah.
And it's like at that point you can say like, oh yeah, they obviously choose E over Gunnar, so like fuck Gunnar. But it's like a really retarded ultimatum to put on a team. You're
But
basically,
why can't he say that though? Because
I mean, he technically can, but it makes him a big scums, and I
but
think WoW
why?
should do
But
something
why?
to protect.
I
What
disagree.
do you mean by why?
If
They,
I join a team and I'm playing with some fucking like some guy I think is like hopeless, I'm just gonna say like, okay, we're going to major or whatever, right? Like with this guy on mid, we're gonna go out in the group stages. So I don't want to play, right? I'm not gonna say like you have to kick him or I'm leaving, but that is essentially it, right? Like we're gonna go out in group stages because Gunnar isn't good enough to play mid for a tier one team. I mean, like, okay, just because you just joined the team and he already hit the creeps, it doesn't mean that like you have to tailor your ambitions to his level. Like that doesn't make any sense. That
um,
what you're saying is basically like, imagine like there's some like CS:GO team or something, right? And then they have like two kind of like old school players, and then they get in some new players that the org buys. Like this happens all the time. There's like the really old school like loyal player, and then they get the new players who are like actually good, and then the new players are gonna say like the fucking new players are gonna say like, oh, we want to win like majors, so you have to kick the old guard basically. I mean, what is wrong with that?
there's multiple differences between even and what actually happened. Like EE wanting change in the team is fine, but why couldn't he have said this before the major happened? You know, like you're playing the qualifiers. You're playing a whole qualifier with this guy, and then after he does the work for you, basically. I mean, first of all, who is EE to say that this guy is good or not good enough, and to put these ultimatums on everybody? Second off, there's like kind of some teams are better off. Like this is not to call ES scums, but like a general remark. Some teams are better off from being together for a longer time and like thriving together and being better teams together. So like EE, as soon as he thinks something is like a little bit off, just saying, "Okay, I want to kick this guy or do this," it's like extremely cringe. But this isn't why it's bad. It's bad because these things can be done in a better manner. Like if new players join the like team with the old guard, like you said, uh, it's not gonna be like right before a tournament they've qualified and they're like, okay, now we've seen that this old guard is bad and we have to kick them, right? It's like there's a
Yeah, but the thing is like this isn't like EE and Gunnar aren't like they're not like friends, you know. Like this is a professional environment where if EE thinks that like EE is obviously not the captain of the team because IX Mike and the team decided to kick Gunnar in this situation, right? Like IX Mike is the coach. So I mean that's basically it. Like if you don't do well at work, you're fired, right? Like they're not gonna be like, oh, we'll wait until I don't know, like we'll wait until you're financially stable or something. Like this is just like okay, you
um,
qualified for a major, but you didn't though because your team qualified.
well in Norway they might actually be like, yeah, we'll wait. But the main point is that he didn't say like come to a democratic conclusion. He said either we do this or I leave the team. So basically, it's putting his team in like a quote unquote lose lose situation because if they don't kick Gunnar, then EE just leaves. so they like have to make some changes anyways.
Yeah, but if
Like
EE
a
doesn't
relatively
want
healthy
to,
team,
if EE doesn't want to play with Gunnar, what else is he supposed to do? The only
not
alternative
join
here
a
is
team with Gunnar. Like, what are you saying? You're saying as if somebody forced him to play with Gunnar.
But what you need to realize is that he understands that he has more sway, right? Like he when he joins this team, he's already plotting that he's gonna kick
Yeah, and that's a scummy thing.
Gunnar out.
That's a really scummy thing to do.
Yeah, it is scummy, but Gunnar
Yeah, and he
doesn't
should be
deserve.
able to do it.
But Gunnar doesn't deserve a spot at the major.
Yes, he does. He qualified for it. What? He was the player on the team that qualified for it. How does he not deserve it? How does he deserve that spot more than him?
Because
That's
if the team
impossible.
as a whole decides that they want to swap players, then they should be allowed to.
Not after they already qualified for an event. Why?
Okay, well, by this logic, then shouldn't Demon be allowed to play in DPC then?
I don't remember the demons. I don't know what demon got bailed for.
Well,
For
Demon qualified, and then Valve were like, "No, we can't have this guy play in DPC because he's like sexist, racist, whatever the fuck."
oh,
Right?
yeah, I think demon should play 100%.
Yeah, but I mean, this is not Valve's stance on it then, basically.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I think it's a bad stance. I think if you let players play through your qualifiers that you sponsored, this is more what's it called, like for the demon case than the EE case. But you should have like same level of vetting for qualifiers as you have for what's it called, at least close qualifiers as you have for like majors. So if somebody's too bad to play in your major, then he's too bad to be in the close qualifier as well, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I guess
So
so.
I think Demon should have gotten to play, and I think he should not just be able to kick who he doesn't like
No,
right before
you're
a
right.
major. I think, in my opinion, like obviously you're able to, or you should be able to not like somebody and maybe want to get them kicked, not want to play with them. But I think there's a time and place. There should be some protection for players,
Well, I
and
mean, at the end of the day, it's
keeps
just
happening
like,
to EE
well, E is the guy who's like E is a scumbag, right?
scum. Yeah, he's a big scum.
But I think it is like, I don't know. I think it's I don't really know what to think about it. I think everyone who invites EU to their team deserves what they get because it's not like this is surprising news. But I mean, whatever,
Yeah,
basically.
I guess. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think we milked this drama long enough. There's what's his name? The NA offlaner guy that you like, Monkeys Forever. Yeah,
yeah, Monkey
he he had a take on this, and he was like, we could give E a benefit of the doubt, but it keeps happening to E all the time. So like at one point you have to realize what's happening, and yeah, I agree with that take. Don't think anyone else sent their take on this. You said something about some OG
Okay,
molding.
but
No?
wait, but before we move on to that, I just want to say like, so for this team, for this black and yellow team, right? Let's say that
Yeah.
3 out of 5 of the team are playing together, right? Like it's 3 players plus King RD and Mu. Like this is definitely a stronger team than fucking Jubei or whatever the fuck, right? Like they could. This is definitely a stronger team, right? But because one guy is basically holding the other 2 hostage as well, like the slot is like the whole thing is just fucked, right? Because zero has too much power in this situation. I think.
I think I would have agreed if it was like to go to open qualifiers, but they're already qualified. So to me, it makes sense that like I don't know. We cannot really make parallels to real sports when it comes to this because leagues are like kind of set. But like when player,
Okay, but like
I
imagine
feel
like
like
the team like let's be real, okay? Like this is subjective at this point, but to be honest, like it's 5 players. 3 of them are good enough to win TI close qualify. Like they're good enough to go to TI, right? To be honest, I don't think this team is gonna make it with Zero and Jubei.
Jube,
Yeah, so like if we're talking objective like facts, right? Like EE
Like
plus Yamsun plus Esk plus King Adi plus Mu. Like this team is much is like better. So it's like unfair to the other two guys as well. Like I mean, there's two on each side, I guess, but like I don't know. Like why does Zero own like Zero? Okay, Zero did qualify for the event, right? But how much of that is his team? Because right now you could say Zero could kick 4 people from his team right now, and he could have a completely different team go to the qualifiers as well. Like how is that something that's fair in
that's
any
wrong
way?
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, but Zero can do that, but EE can't, even though EE has the majority, and
I
Zero
mean,
can
the
have no
only
majority.
reason why this turned out to be like quote unquote correct was because captains have like a lot of power in the current EPC system, which I think in of itself is a problem. Because in another case, it happened that like that match fixing NA team, one guy kicked 4 people and replaced them with his buddies or whatever, or with other known match fixers and scums. We went over that in the last one. So
Yeah,
like the thing that keeps coming back is that giving too much power to the captains is cringe.
yeah. I mean, it is cringe, but like I don't know.
I agree with you on
If
that
it was
one.
up to me, if it was up to me, and the choice is between uh if the choice is between 3 out of 5 or the team's general consensus, I'd rather go with the team's general consensus, even if the team's general consensus is dominated by EE because he's the best player or whatever the fuck. I'd rather have that than Zero owns all the power and Svabo, right? Like I don't know. Obviously, it's not neither situation is good, but like influential people. I mean, that's just how it is, right? Like if fucking I don't know, like if like Mike Tyson joined your fucking local boxing team or whatever the fuck, like obviously he's gonna kick players and get his friends in. Like that's just how it is.
I don't think it has to be like that, but I agree with you on the general like sentiment that owners shouldn't have that much power. But this situation, I think, is a little bit different because a lot of stuff's happened.
All right, shall we move on to the OG thing?
Unless you have anything else to say, because I don't care that much more about this. Oh, sorry, I did it
No,
again.
not really. I don't really care that much about this one anymore, to be honest. It's just this one is less about EE. I think what's crazy is that Reddit is making this a really personal thing. They're all molding. They're like, oh, EE is like some fucking tyrannical overlord who like kicks everyone and is fucking impossible to work with. Like
He is though.
people calling him like
He
autistic and
is
shit.
though.
But
I'm
like,
ready.
but the thing is, like, this is not a problem with EE. This is a problem with Valve's shitty rules allowing him to do this. Like, if I was allowed to do this, I'd do this as well. I'd kick all the bad players. I get all my friends in. Of course, I
Oh yeah,
kick
you're a
Jube
cunt.
for fucking King RD. I want to go to TI. Fuck these guys.
I guess.
Well, it's definitely Valve's fault that this keeps happening. It's kind of whatever. It's like EE right now, but if it's Svabo, you see how little like people Reddit cares, right? Like, there's no tweet long about that. I guess there is, but like, I mean,
Yeah. Over to the OG drama or OG molding.
yeah, OG molding. I guess. Do you have the screenshots and stuff or whatever?
No, I didn't even know OG molded even more. Or is it?
It's
Oh
the
yeah,
same
dude,
mold.
it's
It's the
Seb.
same
It's the
mold.
Seb
Yeah,
thing.
it's the Seb mold.
Oh wait,
So
what's his name?
basically,
Middle Meepo,
Middle
right?
Meepo. So basically, what happened in a nutshell, in case you've been living under a
Holidays.
rock, Middle Meepo released a tweet which was like, it was like he is the team. Well, he didn't release under his own name. He released under the team secret. Well, yeah, that's pretty funny. So Team Secret, this Twitter is run by Middle Meepo,
Middle
right?
Meepo.
I'm getting this right,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
Team Secret put out a tweet which was like Team Liquid dragging OG out in a dumpster bag because it basically knocked him out of TI contention. And then can you click this one? Yeah, this is basically the thing, right? So Seb sent a message over to Middle Meepo saying, "Have I fucked your girl without knowing you were with her, or got another reason to hate my team for you to drag people that are suffering, or you're simply a piece of shit? I'm okay with fair play and returning shit back to the sender, but there must be ethics and a respect for human beings. But maybe I'm talking to someone who won't hear those words. I have nothing against bashing, taunting, that is fair war. But there are limits and ethics. We don't all have the same, but I hope there's a little bit of that in you, like there is in anyone, in everyone.
Oh
Sorry.
my
Yeah.
cringe.
Like this is so fucking stupid. Cause
Oh
like,
my cringe.
listen, like OG are the biggest fucking scumbags in the world. Like the way these guys act towards other people is fucking unhuman, dude. Like, well, I mean, it's going too far, but like, what I'm saying is like the way that he's talking about bashing, taunting, like limits and ethics. Like these guys are fucking like fountain farming, like tier 2 teams, like tier 3 teams who are like just trying their best. Like they're just happy to be there, like playing against OG, right? And then these fucking idiots are just fountain farming them, like oh ho ho ho, like oh I'm gonna spam 2700 voice lines. Like Seb in pubs, like, I play with Seb all the time in pubs. Like probably every 5 seconds he's telling someone to kill themselves or they're trash. Like these guys are so fucking full of themselves. It's unreal. Like Notel just casually telling someone that he's a pussy and a scumbag because he knows how to read an email, and Notel clearly isn't fucking capable of reading an email about like very obvious rules, and he's just going on
No
Twitter
mail.
and fucking like the other thing is like OG, like they definitely know they have like this toxic fan base, right? So the way they type about things, like it's just like, oh, my loyal minions, like go harass PPD, go harass Nico baby. It's like, won't someone rid me of this fucking tiresome priest, dude? There's literally OG Twitter in a nutshell. They got all these fucking crazy like 14-year-old glory hunter fans, and then fucking King Notel, King Seb are just like, oh, I'm just gonna start fucking like I have to like just make some inflammatory tweet, and then the 900 different people are just in their comments talking rubbish basically. Have you seen everything that PPD posted? It's just like people calling him a scumbag and a cheat and a lion, whatever the fuck. Like it's all just butthurt OG fans. And I think if you are like the kind of guy who knows that you have like a big following, you shouldn't do this kind of thing, because it's like when Trump is saying something, he's just like, oh, like let's like inject bleach into our arms or something. Like, yeah, okay, it is your private Twitter, like you're typing complete fucking bullshit, but you know in your heart that you have a lot of people who listen to what you say for whatever the fuck reason. So it's not the same. Like me right now, like if I say, okay, everyone who's watching this everyone who's watching my stream, or like everyone who's watching Oops I Shit It, like go on Seb's Twitter right now and call him a mong. Like that
Don't do
that
this. Don't do this. Don't do
don't do
this.
this. But like that means nothing because I'm a nobody, right? But when Seb is like, or Notel is like calling people scumbags and liars online and writing 900 fucking page essays through their tears, they know what they're doing. It's like, I want this to become like a whole thing. Like, I want this to become drama. It's like, they don't want to solve it privately. And by the way, like about this thing, like this is the opposite of solving it. Like this is technically solving it privately, right? But your first line is just like, oh, you're a pussy, or like drag people that are suffering. Like, dude, come on, it's literally banter about you losing at a fucking video game. Like there's people getting bombed to death in Africa and whatever the fuck. Like, oh no, like drag people that are suffering. Like, get the fuck over yourself, Seb. Like, what's wrong with you? You literally sit on your ass all day and you fucking move a mouse and you click pixels on the screen for a living. Like, you sit there on your fucking ass all day in pubs, telling people to kill themselves and fountain farming and fucking spamming voice lines like an autist. But no, like no, you're the one who's suffering because you can't go to TI after you won TI 2 years in a row. Like I'm fucking crying tears for you, dude. Like I'll come round to your mansion and suck your dick for you if you want, dude. If it makes you feel better. Like Middle Meepo is literally a meme account. Like the guy is a memer. I'm pretty sure he's from Africa, and you're like having a verbal battle with him. Like, Seb, you make more in one day than Middle Meepo makes in probably a year. Like, why are you fucking even like? First of all, why are you bothering him with him? And secondly, why are you treating it as if like this is some absolute fucking personal attack against OG? Like, who the fuck cares about OG? When I think of OG, I just think of Red Bull. I don't give a shit about this soulless organization, dude. Like, they can kill themselves basically. Not the players, obviously. I don't condone suicide. But
In
like,
Minecraft.
but fucking like OG as a brand is nothing, dude. It's like I don't give a shit about Soksha or the OG CEO. Like there are no people who are suffering. Like there's actual suffering going on right now. Like no one cares about you fucking losing the fucking Virgin Championships 2021 or whatever the fuck it is. Like it's embarrassing, dude.
I actually disagree with you on some of your rant. I think, there's there's a limit, but I do not think their things should be like, if their fans go out and do something retarded, I think you should look at the situation logically. Like obviously, you do not go and tell your fans to do something, and you should try not to, what's it called, to flame, obviously, but just because their fans are going to do something, it's not their fault, I think. And because they are more popular than other people, they should still be able to say what they mean and what they feel on Twitter without getting flamed for what their fans do. Because that way it's more fun as well, because that way you have more people like making these types of comments, which for me, the viewer, this is pretty funny, not gonna lie.
I mean, I'm just telling you what my problem with it is, right? Like, the OG is not respectful towards the scene in any way, so there's no reason for them to be respectful back to them. Like, I could make like a fucking 20-minute compilation of OG just fountain farming. Like, these people, they're so happy when they're the ones like tell me what exactly is the difference between fucking voice lining all game, like for 40 minutes, like all game, they're trying to have some serious game, right? And you're just fucking spamming Lakad Maxatang off cooldown. Like, okay, it's in the game, like you can do it, but like Twitter is also a part of the internet and you can make shitty memes on it if you want. Like, if you want to be respected, then you have to show respect first. If you're constantly going to give it, then you have to be able to take it. Like, that's what I think about it, at least.
I mean, I agree with you on that part. I just noticed that you said like will somebody rid me of this priest thing? And while I do kind of agree, I also kind of disagree. I feel like there should be like a limit to how much they should get shit for what their fans do, because at the end of the day, these people aren't like some politician or scientists. Like, if a scientist goes out and says like, yeah, you should eat 10 fishes a day, I mean,
Or
some
like
people
red
will
meat
do it,
only,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think these guys are just a bunch of Dota players, like you should be able to see that what these guys do isn't necessarily right or wrong outside of Dota. Like, if these guys go buy some items on Dota, sure, follow them, but I think that's as much as you should listen and care about what these guys think or say. But
I mean,
I think we will both agree on this.
I'm actually gonna call out someone else. Actually, a secret, like a fucking out of nowhere, right? I'm gonna call out fucking T Governor right now. Okay, all right. Listen, listen. Here's why. Okay, Okay, so I'm playing ESL UK. Okay, I don't know what this is, right? Someone tells me it's to advance the UK scene. I don't give a fuck about the UK scene. I hope the UK scene dies, dude. It's absolute dog shit. Listen, I'm gonna tell it right now. All UK players are fucking trash. There's not a single good UK player. They're not good at the game. They're not good at communicating. They're not good at building teams. They're not good at being stable human beings. It's absolute dog shit scene. Like, I'm so glad that, like, when I play pubs, people think I'm Russian, dude. I'm so glad. If people knew I was UK, I wouldn't even be able to show my face, dude. All these guys do, when I go on, listen, it's 2021, right? I started playing Dota in 14, probably. I was high MMR in like 17, 18, maybe. I'm invited to the UK Dota Discord in 2021, and I'm so glad I wasn't there for 2017, because these guys are just circle jerking non-stop. It's like, oh, I beat you at fucking shitty 2015 LAN with like 4K players. Like, who gives a fuck, dude? There's a reason there's no good UK Dota players. All they cares about the shitty fucking LANs with 20 attendees. Anyway, I don't know why I ranted about UK Dota, but like, I play ESL UK.
Just let it out, Yusi. Just let it out.
I play ESL UK with Icky and Amos, right? It's just a for fun stack. We get Inks and Rab as well from Estonia, our good friends, right? We're just playing for fun. We actually managed to qualify for ESL with like prize pool and everything. Like, we're all really happy about it, or whatever, right? And then it's like, in comes fucking T Governor, like the fucking final boss, right? He gets, right, I'm not saying like this is, I'm not saying that this is anything, but let's just compare the circumstances, right? Like, I get Amos, okay? Like, Amos plays 2 pubs a year probably, right? And I have Icky, who's literally like his brain is like 80% gone from weed usage already. All right, and then I get Inks and Inks and Rab, who are like 2 fucking just guys sitting in the sauna essentially. Okay, like this is my team. It's this ragtag bunch of misfits, like just desperately trying to have fun and like make something of themselves. Right? I come into ESL UK, like T Governor, who does he get? Let's see. Okay, so first guy, he gets symmetrical. Okay, like sure, and then he gets Atlantic. Okay, so Atlantic and symmetrical are both rank 100, right? These are the 2 best UK players by far. Okay, like whatever, fine. You have like connections, fine. You get Atlantic and Tanner. Then he gets Noob, who's also top 100, and then he gets Radix, who's also top 100. Actually, I got this slightly wrong. He got Radix and he got who did he have in season 1? He had some other guy who was also really high MMR. Okay, like so this is how it is, right? So T Governor has a stacked team. Like he's by far he got the best team in the fucking in the tournament. Okay, like what happens is T Governor is like casting his own games, right? Like he's casting this tournament while he's playing in it, and he's like saying like, "Oh, my team is like really strong. Like we know how to play the map. Like we're really good at drafting or whatever the fuck." And like the other teams that are like, missing that X factor. Yeah, no shit, we're missing an X factor. We're missing 9k cores and 10k cores, dude. How can we possibly fucking compete? Like, why do you have to go on your own? Like, who the fuck does this, by the way? Like, there's some tournament and you're playing in it, and then you cast it as well, and you're an analyst as well. Like, why do you have to talk about your own team like this? I don't get it, dude. Anyway, that's not why I'm mad, by the way. This is just me being jealous. Like, let's be real, okay? Like, ethically, he's done nothing wrong. I'm just slightly upset that like his team is so much better than mine, and I'm nowhere near as handsome or smart, and I'm not invited to.
You are more handsome
Okay.
than him, I'd
Anyway,
say.
what happens in season 2 of DPC is like they're playing against some literal fucking shit stack like university team, right? Like it's literally some fucking uni shit stack that qualified from the like university ladder or some shit. I have no idea, right? And these guys, these like top 100 players are just fountain farming them. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And he's always talking about like, oh, I want to advance the UK scene. Like, is this how you fucking advance the UK scene then? You get 3 out of 5 UK players. Like, in his case, he has the 2 best ones. But in every other team, it's just like 3 fucking random UK people playing support and like irrelevant roles. And you import 2 guys in from like some fucking like Estonia or Jordan, wherever the fuck, who's like top 100s, and you have like
no beef with Jordans.
you have like Curryman playing POS 5, and you have fucking Positivity playing POS 5, and you have all the UK people playing POS 5. It's just embarrassing, and then you fountain farm people, and like it's fucking crazy. Like I just don't get it. Like it's like how is that making the UK scene look good? It makes it look like dog shit, which it is, by the way. So I guess it's like you know, like it's correct advertising. But yeah, I can't remember what I was talking about, but fuck Seb, basically. This guy's an egotistical piece of shit, and he's garbage at Dota. I have it on good authority that when Seb was living in Lebanon, he's like the biggest meme in Lebanon fucking house. He's last pick shitter. Like, he's garbage player as well. Like, fucking, when he was fucking mad, this guy is the worst player ever, dude. He's like actual account buyer tiers of bad. Literally get lucky and fluke 2 TIs and constantly talk about, oh, bring back high school Dota, and then you get into a game, you fucking miss Black Hole. Like, what the fuck, dude? It's unreal. It's really unreal. I'm glad, like, if Seb is a fucking ambassador of Dota community, then we're all fucked, basically.
Yeah, hopefully not. You know, I mean, you said it all basically, but one thing that I noticed that I think you're gonna agree with is how he says like, oh, you know, we talk shit, we do this or that, but there are limits and ethics. So this guy thinks he sets the limits and ethics for the whole Dota community about what they're allowed to like be mad about or not. Like, how self-absorbed do you have to fucking be to say this shit unironically?
You know,
like, and this is like 5 messages in, so he's had time to process what he said.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy is, like, what did he even do? He posted a video of like Liquid dragging a dumpster bag, which is OG, into the trash. Like, so what? Like how
I mean, it's what happened. It's literally what
it's
happened.
literally what happened. Like, how is that offensive anyway? Like, it's literally a fucking like one fucking IQ meme. Like, and he posts. He has a 3 minute break and he still presses send. It's unreal, dude. I mean, you can tell that he calmed down a little bit, right? Like, he's talking absolute rubbish at the start, but I don't know. Like,
I think this is way worse than this, in my opinion. Like, this is the worst things he's typed.
I mean, I think it's I think it's all like just insanely childish and like full of yourself and fucking just I don't know. Like if you know, okay, so here's my comparison. If Middle Meepo posted a video of like an ISIS execution and he replaced the guy's head getting cut off with OG, and then the fucking jihadi is Team Liquid, right? Then I would agree with Seb. I'd be like, this is fucking ridiculous, dude.
No,
Like,
that's funny.
this is like too far, you know. Like, have some respect for human beings. But if it's literally just OG as a trash bag, like if the sight of OG being equated to trash offends you, then I guess Seb never watches his own replays. Then basically, like I bet they have no replay analysis, which is probably why they keep losing as well.
Jeez. Yo. There's a video I think that you'll enjoy a lot that maybe you should share with our viewers, just so they know about this. What's it called? Do you remember?
I can't remember. It's some fucking stupid shit with Seb molding, right? It's fucking bad or something, or like fucking mad handled or something.
Oh yeah. No, I'm lagging now. Heck. Yeah, I'm lagging too much. I'm gonna stop this.
Whatever.
Why am I lagging? I have your stream open in the background. There is no chat interaction though, so I'm gonna close it.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll read out the chat when I see something interesting, but it's just people talking rubbish. Anyway, like the other thing I wanted to say about this is that what was it? Like yeah, so the other thing I wanted to say is that Seb in pubs is constantly telling people to kill themselves. Like it's non-stop, dude. So like when he talks about having limits and ethics, like that's basically like it's like fucking Hitler telling you to not use chemical warfare or something. It's unreal, dude. Like, when did Mido Meepo tell OG to kill themselves? This guy just acts how he wants. And by the way, if I plot a graph of amount of voice lines and tippings that OG does versus their like win probability, is a 1-for-1 correlation. So that tells you what kind of team they are. They're not like ha 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 ha, like, oh, we're having fun, we're memeing, right? They only do it when they're winning. So they're just scums, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call them all scums. I think what's it called? I don't know. I like Thompson. I guess Thompson got cocky. Like old Thompson, you know, the virgin with acne and all. He seemed likable, but the new Thompson, I don't know, seems like a scums. I forgot their fourth player, Jared.
Saxa.
Oh, Saxa now.
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, I guess they're like all scums.
I mean, I fucking hate OG. I watch every OG game because I want to watch them lose, basically. These guys are so unlikable. I especially dislike Seb because he's such a piece of shit in pubs. I mean, yeah.
I thought Motel was a nice person. I thought he was like a nice guy, and also I kind of liked OG except for Seb, because Seb is like a French piece of shit. I dislike French people in general.
Yeah.
But I guess Notel is also scums. Like, how long did we know this?
I don't think Noto is really a scum. I think he's just like like, it's hard to say. Like, for me, I wouldn't say that Noto is really anywhere near on the same level as Seb. I just say he's like to be honest, like last week we probably went on him a little bit too hard. Like, okay, like it's like when you're playing with the same people over and over again, like you're screaming them a lot. Like, yeah, one way to look at it is to like be okay. We have to show respect to them, right? Like, it's competition, like, you know. But the other thing to think about is like they are competition, right? So like you are obviously gonna be more passionate. Like, imagine imagine like me and you are like captains of like two pro teams, right, or whatever the fuck, and we're like constantly
Mm-hmm.
streaming each other, and my team knocks you out of like this major, and your team knocks me out of this major, and then it turns out like you're cheating in some way, and I'm thinking you're cheating. Of course, I'm just gonna go on fucking Twitter. I'm gonna start molding because it's like I don't know, because like to some degree you do hate them at some level, right? Because you wish they'd lose to you every game. I think in a way, right? Obviously. So I think how Noto acted is like it's not that bad, and like I don't know,
Didn't he double down though? It felt like he doubled down. I think that was like the biggest problem, but I don't really remember.
I mean it's whatever. Like if you think Alliance is cheating because you didn't read some email, then you're like hardcore molding for like a long time. It's kind of whatever. At least he didn't say anything like super offensive. I'd say like it's not like he told fucking Nico Baby to kill himself or anything. He just said he's a pussy and a cheat, which is like, I mean, whatever. It's yeah, not ideal. And then the other thing about this drama, which is especially crazy, is you know what Seb said? Seb said that he introduced Middle Meepo to the game, so he expected him to treat him like a friend and like not make memes about him. Like, how fucking ridiculous is that, by the way? Or like the scene, sorry, not the game. Like, okay, like in I don't know, in like 2014, you like introduce someone to like the scene, right? So now he is no longer able to make fun of you forever. Like, I don't want to talk about this too much, but like, just imagine you could say that about like, like the Toby and the Grant stuff. Like imagine like that would be their defense, right? It'd be like, oh, I introduced you into the scene and then I touched you inappropriately, so you're not allowed to say it. Like it's such a random fucking thing to say, right? Like I introduced you to the scene, so you owe me one. Like he doesn't owe you shit, dude. Like maybe on like a
Yeah,
friend level, like you could say like, oh, like I feel like sad or betrayed or whatever, but you shouldn't be like, oh, this is wrong of you to do. Like it's not wrong.
yeah. I mean, it's funny for us, but kind of cringe for him. I didn't know that they were like that Seb introduced him. I guess he expected like some sort of diplomatic immunity. Like I can be as much of a dickhead as I want, but you're not allowed to say anything about it. Which kind of tells you about what kind of person he is, honestly. Man, my hatred of Seb fucking grows by the minute.
Yeah, Seb is like the ultimate example of like someone who can give but he can't take. He can't take it all. And his team is full of scums, by the way. Like Anna is, by the way, biggest N-word user in pubs ever. So I mean, yeah, whatever. I don't wanna go on about this too long. But
Do we open the GitHub?
no, no, no,
Are we
no,
allowed?
no, no, no.
Okay.
I don't wanna get my stream banned.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, fuck OG, fuck Seb. I'm a Brain fan for life. I'm a Stamanen fan for life. Let's go Bulgarians. Unfortunately, they didn't knock them out of fucking DPC this year, but hopefully next year, and they're definitely not going to TI these motherfuckers. So good, basically.
This guy looks likable.
The other thing I read, the other insane take I read from Seb or like OG fans in general are like, oh, Middle Meepo is just obsessed with OG. Like it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like Middle Meepo is not obsessed with OG. Like OG lost the game. It's normal for him to care. Like, oh, you shouldn't post about it on the Team Secret Twitter. So what's the Team Secret post about? Like just Puppy got a haircut today. Oh, like we played against fucking Thunder.
Puppy bought a new machete today.
It's fucking ridiculous. Like of course you're not supposed to talk about your competition. Alright, let's go on the OG Twitter right now and let's see like they've never talked about their competition or like shit. It's just fucking stupid, dude.
Before we go to OG Twitter, Secret Twitter. My bad.
Yeah, secret Twitter.
I wanna point out how much more handsome he is than Seb. I think that has something to do with it. Like
Yeah.
straight up Chad.
Let's have a look at the Team Secret Twitter.
Best emotes, yeah. The many faces of Nisha. Anime major. Okay.
I mean, it's whatever, dude. It's harmless
memes.
Twitter banter.
It's a bunch of memes.
It's literally a bunch of memes. Like if you get mad that your team is, I mean, it's crazy.
About the Poxy posts in question. You haven't posted on your Twitter in a long time, do you see?
Yeah, I haven't had any profound thoughts, but yeah, I mean, like.
Oh, this one's good. They made their own Wojak.
Yeah.
Liquid Wojak. This is about Liquid Wojak. It's just like a bunch of memes. Society, if you don't make an OG esports me. This one's good. I like their chat, like Twitter. Actually, these are some good ones.
Yeah. Shall we go on to the next thing? What was the next thing again?
Oh yeah, I didn't see. I needed to remind you. You were fairly worked up against this when it happened.
Nothing I'm molded about. Oh my god, I'm molding already.
I'll try to find the tweet.
I'm fucking
No, you're not
furious, dude.
molding. This is vindication. Wait,
Well, I'm
what's
still
his Twitter
furious,
name?
dude.
What?
Dude, this
How'd I find
one,
his Twitter?
this one is so fucking sad and ridiculous and stupid. Just like I don't know, dude. It's just such general though to Twitter or something.
Should I introduce what happened and then you can
Well,
tell your feelings?
I guess I can say what you search for, right? Just search general something. General Dota.
Try to find it through Navi, I guess. I
Yeah.
search general Dota, but
You can try. So basically, what happened? This one's not really drama per se. This is just like an organization thing. But Navi kicked. This is a meme account. I'm pretty sure, dude.
shout out to Select.
Oh, Victor
Oh, it's
based.
It's in Finnish.
Yeah. So basically, what happened was Navi kicks General, and they get Ramzes. Okay. So the first thing about this, which is crazy, is that Always Want to Fly and the boys like Iceberg and V-Tune and who's the other one? I always forget the last one. Iceberg, Always Want to Fly, V-Tune,
Pasha?
and no, not
Isn't it
Pasha.
Pasha?
Roger.
Oh yeah, Roger.
Yeah. So these guys are like we are not gonna kick anyone until TI. Also, Always Want to Fly says this is gonna be his last TI, right? Like, to be honest, I know a lot of people think Always Want to Fly is a fucking meme. They're like, Always Want to Fly, you're too shit. You play like a fucking 2K. Stop feeding. Always Want to die. I mean, to some extent, it's true, right? Because when you watch Always Want to Fly in pubs, he's like fucking 0 and 25 and fucking 0 and 50, just insane scores like this, right? But Always Want to Fly, if there's one thing good about him, is that he's good at making teams, right? Because CIS is full of all these dead inside 14-year-old shit kids, and to make a team out of them is like, I can't imagine the fucking work you have to go into. You probably have to be a trained psychiatrist as well as a captain and a Pulse 5 player, right? Like, when was the last time CIS won TI? It was literally TI 1 when no one went because it was so shitty and the Spectre was the only carry in the game. Like, these people are so good at Dota, but they're so fucking bad at strategy and human interaction and like being stable people. Like, so Always Want to Fly, he generally makes good teams, right? He's like the kind of guy. If I was like Vladimir Putin right now, and it's like I have to make a Russian team that competes in TI, my captain is Always Want to Fly. Like, he's a shit player, but like I'm choosing him over like him and Solo are probably the two, like, and Puppy, I guess, but Puppy's Estonian. But like, you know,
I choose solo every time.
yeah, but Always Want to Fly is like the budget store solo as well.
What's Solo doing right now, by the way?
He's playing on some team, I think. I can't remember. Let me see if I remember. I think Solo's playing for. I remember the team name kind of, but
No touches.
yeah. No Tetris. You're right. With oh, they kicked Zayak, didn't they? Yeah, whatever. Anyway, it's Solo.
Lamey,
and,
Dim. I don't know who these people are.
Yeah, it's a XS Vampire and
Oh,
Focus.
I know this guy.
And Lamey. Yeah, I know these people. Anyway, the point is, oh yeah. So Always Want to Fly, he has this team. It's his friends, right? And they compete as some fucking dog shit team. I can't remember the name. They were something. They weren't Navi. They were Fly to Moon. Yeah. So they make Gentleman's Pact, right? Gentleman's Pact. No kicks, no roster shuffles before TI. And this is such an intelligent decision, right? Because the death of CIS teams are these ridiculous roster shuffles where it's like, oh, this guy is better than this guy, and then boom, the team's dead, like on the floor, dead.
Foreshadowing.
And then what happens? Navi plays in season 1 of DPC. They win 6 games and they lose 1 series, I think. They finish top of the group, right? Top of the group. They're signed by Navi. They make these vlogs. Everyone's happy. It seems, at least, right? They go to the major. I think they did pretty fucking No, they didn't go to major. Okay, so they didn't go to major because half of them had fucking COVID, right? I actually played with Always Wanna Fly in a pub while the major was happening, and I fucking messaged him like in all chat. I was like, this is so unfair. Like, Navi should have won the major or whatever, and he was like typing like frowny faces and like thanks for the support. Like, I'm gonna cry, and shit like that, right? And then I fucking owned his bitch ass playing garbage
Ease,
disruptor. I played fucking
ease.
Abaddon offlane. Every time he presses Q on me, fucking W. Eat my
Mother
shit.
dead.
Mother dead on floor. I went Midas Radiance. I plowed his bitch ass. I tipped him like 4 times. Imagine that, dude. You're losing some rank 1k shitter while you were supposed to be a
DNC
major.
on Tippers like 5 minutes ago. Also
Yeah, but
DNC right now.
I mean, that's why I deserve to get memed on Twitter as well. Anyway, the point is they don't go to major because not because of performance. They literally won every game but one. They don't go because of Corona, which is like a fucking global pandemic. Like, it's a force of
Unlucky.
nature.
It
Like,
happens, right?
yeah, it happens. What happens after? They kick General for Ramzes. Like, let's just have like 15 minutes of silence for this, right? Just let the viewers think about this. They kick General for Ramzes. Not 15
Okay,
minutes,
let's
15
start.
seconds. 15 seconds, dude. Dude, what fucking drugs are you on? What do you mean you kick General for Ramses? What do you mean? That makes no sense. That's insane, dude. That's absolute fucking craziness. General's the best player on the team. Like, you watch every fucking Navi game. Like, it's Iceberg. Like, Iceberg's just walking in. He's fucking in a daze, dude. He's on Magic Mushroom or something. He's fucking walking backwards into 5 heroes on Tiny or like playing this garbage game. General is like the fucking stable rock of the team, dude. It's unreal. General's literally trying to hoard these fucking 5 idiots, these 4 idiots out of their fucking stupid ways. Every game, I haven't seen General one game have like a negative KDA. He's literally owning every game. General's playing the fucking tank, dude. General's playing initiation. General's playing late game. General's playing lane domination. Like, it's unreal. General is literally 1v9 carrying half these games. And even if General is not carrying, like, General has shit games as well. The level that General goes, like, General's worst game, like, General's absolute worst game is still good. It's still, like, decent. Like, General is the Russian universe. He's such a stable player. And the best thing about General is that they have Iceberg mid, who's like absolute fucking psychotic animal, who will just go 0 and 25 for no reason, right? You need someone, you need a rock in the offlane. You need someone stable. The other thing about General, right? He's
Yeah.
so nice. When I play with General in pubs, right, I'm complete mong. I'm clueless. I take his role because I'm so bad at all the roles. He's like, no worries, guys. I'll play mid, right? Never played a game of mid in his life, probably, right? Like, rank 2k moron. You can have my offlane, right? I'm feeding. I'm buying garbage items. He's like, oh, maybe you should buy this. Like, maybe, like, guys, we can still win. Like, stuff like this, right? Like, I've never seen General say a single bad word to anyone in my life. I played like probably 25 plus pubs with General. Every game, he's telling the shitters how to win. He's telling the shitters how he wants to play. You know, he's on voice chat. He's saying, let's do this. And then people don't do it. And he's just like, oh, whatever. Like, we'll win next time. Like, he's not hyper molding like certain French idiots. Like, he's such a nice guy. He's so PMA. I think he's like, him and GH are like 2 of the most PMA people in fucking whole of fucking Dota 2. It's unreal.
Can
And
I
then,
ask you some questions?
yeah, sure.
Sorry. Like, just to put this like in context. So, if you could give your top 3 Russian post 3s, like from 1 to 3, what would it be?
All right. So, you mean currently or all time?
Currently.
Okay. Currently, number 1, I think, is DM. I think that guy absolutely fucks. I think that guy is really, really good.
Yeah.
Number 2 is probably General. And it's not far, by the way, between these two. I just think DM personally has like he pops off more, right? But with Iceberg, I'd rather have General. And then number 3, like, I'm trying to think, like, number 3, I'm kind of biased in this, but probably like collapse, right? I think is really good.
I don't think number 3 matters. I just wanted to see where general is. And in Europe, like if you would look at whole Europe, where do you think general would be?
In whole of Europe,
Yeah.
that's a tough one because offlaners are not like the most like crazy role, right? Like
Top 5, top 10, like rough.
he's top 5, I think.
Okay.
He's around top 5. He's probably like more like 6, 7-ish area if we put in like the mind control, whatever. Right, but he's definitely top 10, like easily,
Yeah.
easily
That's what
top
I
10.
wanted to hear. Because now I'm going to ask.
Okay, where's Ramzes, right?
What about Ramzes?
Dude, bro, I'll talk about Ramses a little bit later because I just want to talk. I just want to lay the foundation for this, right?
Okay.
So they kick general. I'm here thinking, like, okay, like, I'm not the Navi CEO, right? Like, it's kind of whatever. Like, maybe they have someone really good lined up, but in my mind, I have a little bit of a doubt, and here's why. They have Pasha on their books. Like, Navi is still paying 9 Pasha, right? Because 9 Pasha is just inactive on the roster.
Oh, yeah.
They have general. So I'm thinking like the only real upgrades they can get is DM or collapse. Or maybe like if we're talking like more crazy, like maybe like resolution or something, right? I don't know, like Meles or like but like some of these are like just personal. Like I don't think Meles is really that good, but like um or like I don't know, like let's see. I don't know, like if you really want to throw like a curveball or something, you can even get like Pasha back, right? I don't know, that's it's like a weird thing to do, but whatever. But they replace him with fucking Ramzes pos 3. Like Ramzes is unironically trash offlaner. Like when Ramzes was playing offlane in EG, he was playing offlane in pubs. He had 35% win rate at most. When he wins in pubs, it's on carry. This guy cannot play offlane. Every game he wins on offlane is abusing Beastmaster. This guy, all he knows is how to kick creeps. He plays carry from the offlane, and when you play carry from the offlane, it's insanity with Iceberg because sometimes you just have 3 cores. And V-Tune is a very good carry. Like V-Tune will solo carry the game. Like all Navi needs is a stable position 3 player who will adapt to the game and try to stop Iceberg from going crazy. And they get Ramses, who's like the most toxic manchild AFK farmer available. Like it's unbelievable, dude. And when you watch the Navi games, like did you watch any of the Navi games? But like this guy is playing like Mars. He's missing every spear. He goes 0 and 9 in lane or some shit with Pasha. Then he plays like Axe. He goes like this stupid Blink Mantabil when he already has a hard carry, and then he's like farming the entire map. He's like fucking Henry the Hoover. He's like sucking up the entire fucking bot side of the map, and then like V-Tune's like crying. He's like, please sir, like can I have one drop of fucking farm? And then like minute 45, like Ramsey's fucking Russian brain, he just blinks in and dies to 5 heroes, and that's it. Like 30,000 net worth dead on the floor. Like what the fuck? Like what the actual fuck? And then
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, like 30,000 net worth dead on the floor, and then Iceberg follows in another 30,000 net worth dead on the floor, and that's it. Like Navi's it's over. Like
The Chuckle Brothers.
literally the Chuckle Brothers, dude. And then the funniest part about all this is now Navi is not going to the major. They went like 3 and 4, I think, in DPC. Last season they went 7 and 1, or like 6 and 1 maybe. This season they go 3 and 4. They're not going to the major. They're probably not going to TI probably at this rate. I don't know. Like, you know what's so fucked about this whole thing though? I understand kicking someone for like another player because you think of like you have like X reason or Y reason or whatever. Have you seen the vlog they made of why they kicked General?
I thought it was too cringe, but I saw some like comments about it.
Yeah, so basically in the vlog they said a few things. They said that General is toxic. He was flaming. Okay, so here's what happened. All right, like they even said this in the vlog. The thing I always say is that if someone tells a story and they still seem like the bad guy afterwards, they are like they're too far gone because not only are they the bad guy, they're also delusional about things. So like it's just no point talking to them. But what happened was they Navi, they had like some scrims or some practice or whatever, and then 2 guys didn't show up because they were having a party. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Iceberg and Pasha, maybe. That not Pasha, sorry, Roger. They
Holy
they were
Chad.
having a party, like woo, like that kind of party, not like Dota pub party, like fucking getting naked with girls and shit, right? So General's molding at them, right? Like General's like, why are you two fucking like ass clowns not showing up to our scrims or like our boot camp or whatever to have a party during COVID? By the way, I don't know if this is legal in Russia or not, but whatever. Let's say it is legal. Even then, it's like kind of scummy, right?
It's just not what's it called? What's the word? Unprofessional, right?
Yes, unprofessional for sure. Like,
Do you
even
think your job would let you like go to a party and not show up to work, and then you come and say, "Yeah, no, I was just out being naked with women."
yeah, so General's molded them. You know what's crazy? I actually applaud General for this. Like, him being upset shows how much he cares, right, about the team, and he wants to do well. Like, I bet always want to fight and give a fuck, dude. It's probably just like, oh, Iceberg being crazy again, just like how he walks in 1v9 in my games. Like, what the fuck? Anyways, General, the voice of reason is like, maybe we shouldn't go to crazy parties when we're like barely scraping by in our games. I'll explain why, by the way. Right, the voice of reason. And then the vlog, he's like, no, General hurt my fifi. He's like, my feelings are hurt. No, he said I shouldn't go out partying. Like, what? What the fuck, dude? Like, what? It should be General releasing a vlog like my team are ass clowns. It shouldn't be Navi releasing a vlog saying that General's toxic. It's literally the wrong way around, dude. And this isn't the only thing, by the way. They say Navi are like, this roster isn't working. We've lost 48 scrims in a row. What was the
No,
number? It was like 40 something games.
it
No?
was a no. That's not. I'm not denying that, but I'm denying that I don't think they lost that many games.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, I call bullshit, right?
Yeah,
I have no proof, but
you just know.
you just know. And let's say I don't know. Let's do some maths, okay? Let's say that Navi with General is a fucking is dead on the floor, okay? I just got news from Ed saying it's 38 out of 40. Okay, let's say General with Navi is dead on the floor. Like, this team sucks dick. Okay, let me tell you the odds, right? Let's talk facts here. Let's talk facts,
Yeah,
okay? Let's talk fucking
straight
facts.
facts.
Yeah. All right. When I think of bad CIS teams, there's only one that comes to mind immediately to my fucking mind. It's like that scene from fucking Sherlock, dude. You know, when he's like arranging the words in his fucking head or whatever. I'm thinking bad CIS, Dendi, bait, instantly, right?
Yeah.
You know what bait's win rate is at its absolute worst?
Yeah.
It was 11%. It was 11%. So let's say that Navi is as bad as Bait, which is probably the worst pro team that's ever played this game, with the most washed up boomer garbage players ever, right? And they have 11% win rate. What are the odds of them losing 38 out of 40 scrims with 11% win rate on average? It's literally like the chances of that are like 0.000000001 recurring. Like, I'll believe that Dream didn't cheat before I believe that Navi lost 38 out of 40 scrims, unless they're fucking intentionally griefing, like they're just picking 4 heroes mid, or like they're picking junglers or some shit, which they obviously wouldn't do, right? Like this is just obvious bullshit. And who's keeping track, by the way? Someone write this down, like we lost 30 out of 40 scrims, because that's pretty funny.
No, I think like after you lose 10 scrims in a row, you start keeping track, right? So that sounds plausible.
I think if I lost 30 plus scrims in a row, I would just retire. Because these teams don't scrim. Like, it's not like they scrim like, oh no, it's like, let's scrim fucking secret every day for the next 2 weeks. Like, oh, they're probably scrimming some trashes as well, right? Like,
I mean, even if they did, I think like that team showing what they did in groups, like if they played against like the best teams for that many games, they would win like more than 2 games, right?
What happened between them winning so many games and them just having complete disaster? Like, did someone get fingered or something? Is that what happened? Like, fucking...
Did somebody fuck somebody's girl?
Yeah, like does coronavirus also remove like 80% of your brain or something? Like, it's not possible, you know. Like, over the span of a week, it's impossible for a team to degrade this quickly. There wasn't even a patch, right? Like, there wasn't even a big patch. So what happened?
Also, I'd like to point out another thing. like even if this is true, they're using this as justification for kicking general somehow. And
Yeah.
like, what? How does that make sense? You're losing
Yeah.
38 out of 40 games, and you decide to kick your best players.
Yeah. Yeah.
You think you're gonna win more?
That's true.
Like, what the fuck?
That's
Oh,
actually a
why?
really true statement, dude. And then the other funny thing they said was like, "Oh, General and Pasha have no synergy." I think I can't remember if they said this or not. I'm pretty sure they said this. Well, I kind of know they said this. I just can't remember the exact. I can't remember the exact phrasing they used. Okay, so the first game Ramzes and Pasha played together, they went 0 and 11 combined on their lane, I think. So how does that make sense? What do you mean they don't have synergy? Like I've never heard of a position 3 and a position 4 in a fucking pro scene not playing together well. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean Pasha. I meant I keep saying Pasha instead of Roger. If I say Pasha in the future, I mean Roger. By the way, I mean
Good
Roger.
catch, Slavi.
Yeah, thanks, Lavi. Let me just take a sip.
Yo, while DNC is taking a sip, we have a live action report from our reporter on the field ad. It seems that based on an investigation of match fixing in recent lower division matches, teams Wind and Rain and Picado Squad Gaming have both been disqualified from North America's Dota 2 Pro Circuit Season 2.
Yo, I was the one who did this. I told someone close to me to tell gods. I told him to tell gods and it will be fixed. And look at this. It's been fixed. I did
Damn.
this. I saved NA Dota. DNC, some fucking random Britcuck has single-handedly saved NA Dota from this corruption than these scumbags, dude. Look at this. Frugos dodging a bullet. I did this, dude. I did this. Tell gods. Tell gods.
Oops, I shitted. The savior the NAC needed.
Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so like to say that these two don't have synergy is just like fucking hilarious. And I don't know if you've seen like the videos that Navi makes, but they're so like pathetic and soulless. Like every single video always want to fly, doesn't even want to show his face because all the Russian fans are telling him like he's a fucking loser and a scumbag and a piece of shit. Like always want to fly is silent. Like it's so sad, dude. Like they're playing some game, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like it's some 20-minute video where they're playing some group game.
Mario Kart stuff?
Yeah,
or
Mario
what?
Kart
Or
kind of
Dota?
thing.
Oh,
Yeah, stuff like that. Or like, oh, what's your favorite? Like, what is this kind of nonsense, right? Ramses doesn't say a word for 20 minutes, dude. I don't even speak Russian, and he doesn't say anything. He's just fucking sitting there silent with his dick up his ass. Like, I just, it's insane. Anyway,
You just know.
that's all. That's all the dick sucking I want to do for general for now. The last piece of dick sucking is like general posting this question mark after they got BTFO by some absolute garbage team like Unique or something. I like how Pasha responded as well. Can you translate this to English? I don't actually know what he said.
Zashel.
Just right click and translate because I mean, yeah.
Whoa, what the fuck? I went to like it and go on doing business.
What does that mean, dude?
Do we have any Russian translators in the chat? Any? Where is Akmart?
Some of these takes, by the way, I think are fine. Actually, like I don't think General is 100% professional in tweeting this, especially because he's technically still contracted to Navi. So the guy down there is saying like, "Oh, with all due respect, like, you know, like gloating in this situation is wrong." I actually, to a certain extent, I do agree because like I think like if you're above it, it makes you look more like a gentleman, whatever. Like especially if you're contracted, they're still paying him. I'm pretty sure, so it's kind of I don't know. It's kind of a bad move. But like to be fair,
not professional, but I'm happy he did it.
Yeah, I'm glad he did it because these guys are like Judases. They lied to his face, and I'm glad Always Wanna Fly isn't gonna fucking go to TI for his last TI because he fucking did this to himself.
Yeah, I mean, I just keep coming back. If you think the team is so bad, why are you kicking your best player? Like,
And it's not
I
even
don't know.
just it's the other thing
I mean, I
is
guess. Sorry,
the other thing they said in the podcast I just remembered was that they were like, oh, we have to kick Iceberg. We have to kick Iceberg. Iceberg is the problem. And Iceberg is like on his knees, he's like begging for a second chance or something. And they did give him a second chance. But like, Iceberg, what are you doing, dude? Why are you still playing on this team? They're like, oh, we're gonna kick you and General, and then you're begging for a second chance, and they're letting you play, but they're gonna kick General. Like, I wouldn't feel safe on this team at all if they're like, oh, we're gonna kick you. You're dead on the floor if performances don't improve. I'd just be like, fuck it, dude. I'm out of this bitch. This is fucking sad as fuck. Like, I don't know. Like, I hear the Iceberg is getting kicked very soon anyway. So like,
Soonly.
the birds have come to roost, or whatever the fucking bullshit saying is.
Maybe they try kicking Iceberg and then get back General on post 3. Do you think that's gonna work out? Try to salvage the team bigly.
It's dead. It's dead on the floor. I have inside info that the team is unironically dead on the floor. By the way, I don't want to say, but yeah.
I mean, you can kind of like look from outside in. Like, they backstab their best player, or I guess like second best Tweeton is also pretty good, but like one of their best players, and Naito goes to shit. Like, how do you go from there? You can't protect.
What's fucked about this is, as well, the other thing is like, this XVP squad are the poisoned chalice, dude. I'm telling you. I don't know if you were there when they kicked General, but I said instantly, Ramzes is trash. They're gonna disband. It's gonna be garbage games. Like, Ramzes doesn't know how to play offlane. And I was 100% right on every count, dude. And I've been wrong before as well, because I said IOTW is gonna be trash on Nigma, but he's actually turned out to be pretty good. But I was 100% right about XVP players. I said as well, this Ramzes team with IOTW and No One and Sumail, I can't remember the exact players, but it was like Sumail, IOTW, fucking Ramzes, whatever the fuck, right? Like, this stupid team. I was like, this team is gonna be dead on the floor in days, dude. Because like, it's just full of man children who can't fucking like be normal human beings. Like, this XVP team, when was the last time any of them individually did something successfully? Like, let's talk about this like 5-time major winning team, right? So
isn't Lil, sorry to interrupt you, but doesn't Lil like have a relatively good team now? I've heard something about that.
I think Lil isn't Lil like, yeah, but like the thing is, Lil, I kind of wouldn't count Lil as, I guess it's kind of hard to say. Lil's on Hellraisers, I think, which is like,
yeah, he is.
Yeah, it's like an okay team, but like Lil for the longest time as well. Okay, so who I'm talking about mostly is Lil. Let's see, Lil, Pasha, No One, Ramzes, and
Lolo.
and Solo. Right, these 6 essentially, because they're 2 big position 4 players.
Yeah.
These guys are the fucking poison chalice, dude. Especially Ramzes. Every team Ramsey goes on is dead on the floor or like soulless. Like, what did Ramses do after he left VP? Okay, so he went to EG to play position 3. EG was fucking trash, dude, with Ramses. They were trash. Yeah. And he waited until his contract ran out and then he fucked off. Like, the writing's on the wall, dude. You can't play post 3. You can't play for EG. Like, EG's too good for you, man. And then after EG, he makes this shit stat called Live to Win, right? I think that's true.
Yeah, I live to win.
Yeah, what does Live to Win do? They can't qualify for some tournament, right? Normally, so they get the slot given to them. Oh, because look at this guy. Like, oh, Ramses has won 5 majors. Oh, he's so fucking young and talented. And then what happens? They go in through to the upper bracket, like, final game for the qualifiers, right? They beat some team who actually worked hard to get there, right? And then they completely shit the bed anyway. Like, it's so funny to me, dude. Like, Tier 2 Dota is just a joke because these teams, they just get to do whatever the fuck they want. It's like, oh, you Live to Win, or let's see this fucking, like, oh, the roster looks good, right? So we're just gonna let them in. Like, I just don't get it, dude. Also, I just realized I've been talking complete rubbish about this team because this is some other random team, but it's kind of true as well because it's like, I mean, it's just a general fucking CIS garbage, you know. Like, oh no, like these guys have not played well in a long time. I think people who think no one is still like this top 10 mid laner in EU or whatever, they're just fucking completely delusional in my opinion. Like, when was the last time no one has had like a really, really good outing against like a top mid laner? Or like, when was the last time Ramzes had a good outing in the offlane against someone? Or when was the last time that what's his name?
Asha, Solo,
Yeah, like
Roger.
these people are just not yeah, they're still good, but like they're living on past merits. They're living on the fumes of their fucking like old VP days, and they just keep getting onto rosters and they keep multiplying as well. Like every team with Russians just keeps getting more Russians. Like EG gets Ramses, right, and then he's like, "Oh, I'll get my friend to stand in GPK," and suddenly this team looks like shit, dude. How can this team be real? How can EG have GPK and Ramses? These guys are trash, dude. It's unreal.
Is GPK trash?
GPK play like absolute dog shit. Like GPK is the definition of a hard stuck tier 2 tier 3 player. Every time he plays major on the big stage, he shits the bed, dude. It's unreal. He plays like he plays like a Mong, dude, when it actually matters. It's crazy.
His
And
team looks good though. The new VP
yeah,
looks interesting.
I'm mostly talking about at the major when I was watching every single game GPK was in. He was out of his depth. He was getting mogged so hard by the other mids. But anyway, like essentially what I'm saying is like just let go already, because like I hear they're getting Solo in for someone. It's like just give up. Like old VP is good, right? But the past is the past. The present is the present. Stop trying to get no one and Ramses and Solo to play together, because like they disbanded for a reason and they were playing so badly for a reason. Don't forget, VP didn't like go down in like a blaze of glory where they all flamed each other to death or something. Like they played so badly that VPP took over VP. Like the second team became the main team because they were playing so badly. And this team had good players as well. They're like Zayak, who's like really good pos 4 in general. And they just, I don't know, this fuck VP basically. Fuck the ex VP players. Fuck Ramses. Fuck no one. Fuck Lil to some extent. Fuck Pasha. Like, I don't know. These guys are trash basically.
I see. Yeah. And all about the general.
Huh? Well,
Is that it?
This reminds me of something else I'm going to talk about. This is actually old news, but this reminds me of it. This reminds me of when Viking GG kicked Toby for Kezu. It's like just a similar thing. They're like, we're not happy with our results with Toby, so we're gonna kick him for Kezu. But you know what's wrong with that is that they were playing with Kezu that season and they weren't happy with the results, so they kicked Toby. Like Kezu was standing in for Toby and they got relegated to Div 2 DPC. And then Viking GG came out and were like, we're not happy with the results, so we're kicking Toby for Kezu. Like that doesn't make sense. The logic doesn't apply. It's like the fucking dumbass Americans on Twitter who are like, you know what they do? They post pictures of America in 2021, right? And then the caption is like, oh, this is what Bernie Sanders' America would look like. Like, this is what Trump's America looks like right now, you dumb shit. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, that doesn't make any sense, dude. You're putting a picture of reality and then putting a caption like, oh, this is what would have happened. I mean, this is what's happening right now, you dumb shits. I don't get it, dude. It's insane. I see it in the UK a lot as well. It's like some empty supermarket shelf because of Corona, and then it's like, oh, this is what would have happened if whoever won. But like, he didn't win. This is what's happening right now. Like, some people are so dumb, dude. It's unreal.
I see. That was interesting. But now I want to go back to where do you think Ramsey stacks up against the other post 3s of Russia? Is he even in the top 10?
I think Ramsey is probably in the top 10. The thing about post 3 is a very versatile role. Like it really depends on what you need. Sometimes you need like a win condition on post 3. Like some of the old post, like you could argue that Universe is like, oh no, like Universe, Ice, like these guys, like they all have their own quirks. Like they fit different teams to certain degrees, right? What I would say is that Ramses doesn't really fit what CIS teams need, because when I think of CIS teams and I think of the core players like carry and mid,
like, a bunch of hordes.
Yeah, like they're toxic but they usually farm very strongly and they play like these sort of late game drafts. I don't think many people play like these fighting drafts where you need your post 3 to really be the win condition. So to me, Ramzes is not even in like the top 10 probably. I don't know. I can't think of like 10. I can't think of exactly like 10 players to put in front, but I don't know. Like
Okay, so we
yeah,
went from a guy that's like top 2 or top 1, like close contention with DM, to a guy that's like I wouldn't even put him in top 10. Yeah,
I mean, to me, he's not
sounds
like
about right.
he's not like an offlane player. He plays carry from the offlane. So what's the point? Why don't you just play
Yeah,
carry? I don't get it.
I read something on Reddit the other day. Like he said in some Russian interviews, I don't know how factual this is, by the way, so I might just be spewing bullshit. But he said something about like he wants to play carry, but all the positions he got offered were post 3 roles. So he's like, I might as well do that. If not, like if there is no, it's like taking a job you're not qualified for, but there is no job that you are like there is no opening for the job you are qualified for. So might as well do something, right?
I mean, I
That's
don't.
how it felt.
I mean, that's fine. Like, who cares?
I
Like,
mean, it's fine from his perspective, but
yeah.
I'm saying that's why he's doing it. I think,
Oh,
but I don't think he should be getting plus 3 over general. I don't think anybody thinks that anymore, right?
I think it's weird. I don't think there. Surely there is a team missing a pos 1 right now. Like, I'm trying to think. Like, didn't they just kick? Didn't they just kick? What's it called? Like Weehaw and the Miracles playing mid. Like, I guess Nigma is kind of. Oh no, I'm sure there are teams missing carry players, right? No. That seems weird to me. That post 3 is like a dead role compared to 1, but whatever. I mean, it's just
I
weird.
guess like the precedence has been set since LTW got picked over. What's his name? Ramzes, right? So people don't think Ramzes is good anymore. Like good enough to play post 1. You know what I mean? Like there was Team Enigma needed a carry player, but they chose LTW. And by the way, I haven't watched many Enigma games. How is LTW playing right now?
I think RTW actually fits the team pretty well, but I think Nigma is playing better than they did with Weehaw. I haven't seen like all the games, but I think it looks better. But I think uh, it's hard to say. I think Weehaw was playing pretty bad. I think RTW is playing like generally pretty well. So like the difference seems big, right? But I don't think RTW is like some amazing top tier player who's like dragging them out of the dirt or anything.
I see. But he's still young, right? So there's a chance to improve.
Oh, I don't know. I think IOTW is kind of like hard stuck as well, to be honest. Like, isn't the IOTW played on OG? He was like super whatever player. He played like Bristol carry every game. He was like worst player on, like on that VP team. He was worst player on VP. He was like by far the worst tier 1 carry in Dota. Like, I don't know. I think his peak is like, I think him and GPK are just like pub players basically.
I
But
mean, he's not even a pub player. I remember when he was in a game with T and he abandoned like 20 minutes
oh yeah,
in.
I'm gonna call out fucking IOTW right now. Dude, we were winning that game, but whatever. It's fucking stupid.
I don't think you were winning, to be honest.
Okay, we weren't winning, but it was winnable. I guess is how I should have said that.
Yeah,
It wasn't. It wasn't like completely
it
hopeless.
wasn't over, no.
No, it was winnable.
Yeah. Wanna go over to the Finnishguy, or do we have any more Dota molding? Or is this enough for this episode? I don't know. How long have we been talking?
Like an hour and 20. I guess we can finish with the Finnishguy just for some funny laughs.
Oh, yeah,
I think I'm about to pop a blood vessel. 'Cause I've been molding for like an hour
I'll
and
be
a half.
laughing. I think viewers have as well. What's the name of the subreddit?
Bird watching or something. Bird watcher. Bird something. I'll.
Oh no, this is gonna be like literally.
Yeah, it's gonna be this. Fuck's sake! Just go on WW86. I think. Oh,
What?
whatever. While that's happening, I'll read out some of these comments.
WW86.
Yeah, so let's see. ILTW takes the passive damage level 15 on Spectre over half CD dagger. Like, what? What's passive damage? Like
Uh,
4% dispersion? I mean, that is dumb, but whatever. Who cares?
oh yeah. What's the subreddit called? Who
Everyone,
keeps
everyone.
posting in Dota
Just
2?
go on submitted and just have a look.
Oh yeah, submitted. You're right.
I guess
Oh,
we should just do one thing per day because like this really
oh
this
yeah,
really
we're just
gets
gonna
this
jump down another rabbit hole.
yeah this gets out of control fast.
Okay, can I just one
Okay.
post?
Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. Why is it so long, dude? What the fuck?
Okay. This is gonna be a teaser for our next episode. I'm gonna read
Yeah, go ahead.
this much. Personally, I respect people's right to private thought and to question the
Yeah?
world around us. It can be interesting to think about conspiracies and to wonder about what kind of things are going on behind the scenes. At the same time, repetition of dubious claims and spreading statements of questionable origins is clearly related to disinformation and conspiracy theories. Suggestions. Online forums with conspiracy teams may contain people spreading disinformation intentionally
That's
as part of the
really true.
espionage activities of the Russian security services. I believe one approach they employ is to recruit civilians to do some of the more mundane things on their behalf, such as writing misinformations actively in smaller online communities. There may be agitators of other origins as well, but I believe it is the Russians who are the most active in this regard. You might be a so-called useful idiot. Okay, now I can't be bothered with this too much, but let's. This piqued my interest. Okay, I know I was only gonna read one part,
Yeah,
but
it's fine, it's fine. Let's keep going for a bit.
example one: a Jewish conspiracy to control the world is an early example of Russian disinformation. Before the Soviet Union was even formed, Russian secret police called Okhrana of the world's first Zionist Congress held in 1897 created a claim that Jewish people are conspiring to take over the world. This Congress was actually held in 1897,
What?
and there were people discussing these things, but documents that contain a transcript of what went on in the Congress were allegedly forged by the Okhrana. This led to people believing in a global Jewish conspiracy to take over the world. The source of this book is a Finnish. Okay, yeah. This is a sneak peek of next episode, guys. Be there, be
Holy
square.
fuck, dude. Holy fuck. Can we spoil it a little bit? Can we just have a look at the comments real quick? I want to see what the like. This is already on the conspiracy subreddit, so these are like. I want to see what the crazy people think about this crazy person. Like, are they like? Are you?
This sounds like Russian
Okay.
disinformation to me.
Are you? Oh my god! This.
Holy base. What signals do you note most clearly indicate the source of this information as being Russia as opposed to any other state actor? Now, do the mainstream media who constantly parrot fear and misinformation, information as they take the Mandela effect and our reality is a simulation for 500 Alex? What is the Mandela effect, do you know?
I do know. It's like when a lot of people think that something is true when it's not. Like a lot of people think that Nelson Mandela died in jail, but obviously he didn't. A really obvious one is I'll ask you this: do you think Pikachu has like a black tip at the end of his tail?
Yeah, right? No, it's the like smaller evolution, right?
Yeah, if you search Pikachu right now and you look at his tail, it's actually all yellow. I think a lot of people think that it has a
Yeah, but
yeah.
the smaller,
The Pichu? I
uh,
don't think that's true.
I
It's not
think it
Pichu.
does. So some Pikachu has it. Yeah, look.
Oh, yeah, but the Pichu is like uh
I think that might be a reason why.
yeah, but yeah, I mean that's basically what it is though. Is when a lot of people think something is true when it's not. Yeah, you're right, but they actually added Pichu after Pikachu. Like Pichu is like a Gen 3 Pokemon, Gen 2. Well, whatever. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah. Okay, no, but I get what you mean, right? Like right now, it's taken as a fact that Mandela is died in jail when he didn't.
Yeah, I mean he was president. I mean whatever. I just like this comment is like the crazy person is telling him that oh, is this the bird watcher? I guess
Yeah,
we can do one of these before we end it for
yeah,
today.
let's go.
Uh,
Hypothetical principle
okay,
related
yeah,
to Russian
this
espionage
one, yeah, this
activities.
one, yeah,
No, I want this. I want this
yeah, this
Russian
one.
international recruitment pattern.
Okay, Jesus
This
Christ. Oh,
anecdotal and
oh,
imaginary example illustrates some principles of espionage recruitment patterns associated with the Russians, but it's based.
on what?
Okay, example one. It's based no, but it's
Okay,
based on my personal experiences and conclusions drawn from them,
okay.
albeit unreliable. Reading this, you might think he has some. He might have some self. What's it called?
Awareness.
Yeah,
God,
self awareness.
or
5
deprecation.
users here now. Holy based. Okay, yo guys, do not go in here and comment anything
Yeah,
or like harass this guy or anything.
yeah.
This is not okay.
I don't encourage that behavior, of course. Yeah.
We
Okay.
strongly discourage that kind of behavior on Oops, I Shitted.
Yeah.
Anyways, example one. There's a cleaning company in the target country called Shine and Clean Company. The owner and entrepreneur of this company is called Yon. Yon is a recruit or associate for the Russian security services. His company is a front that enables the Russians to get physical access to other businesses in the area that decide to outsource their cleaning and maintenance services to Shine and Clean Company. John will also follow Russian instructions on recruitment decisions and favor applicants based on their wishes. He
Okay.
misspelled wishes. He spelled
Yeah. 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 I
WISHS.
see it.
Yeah,
I see it. You know what?
nonsense.
You know the thing. I wonder if there's a word for this, but like what's it called? Like for example, you know, if someone asks you a question which seems really obvious, like what's 1 plus 1, you're like kind of
Two.
worried. You're not gonna. I mean, obviously you're gonna say two, but like it's kind of like if someone's saying something so obvious as a question to you, like it's probably some trick question. It's gonna laugh at you, right? I kind of get this with reading this. I'm just like, how is this gonna relate back to him being Herald in Dota? Like, it's like in the back of my mind, I'm like reading it and it makes sense, but then I'm just thinking like, but like at the end of the day, like Shine and Clean Company is gonna be Valve Corporation, but whatever. I'm spoiling. Okay, let's keep going.
I don't get what you're trying to say. I get the first part and the second part, but I don't get how they're the same
No,
same thing.
I'm just saying, like, you reading this story to me, if I didn't already know what the end result is gonna look like, I'd be like, this seems like perfectly normal. Like, I'd be like, yeah, this is probably
Oh
something that
yeah,
happens. Like, this is probably something that happens in reality, right? But
oh yeah,
because
I get it a
I
lot.
know that the end game is gonna be, oh, that's why I'm Herald in Dota. I'm like, well, this is all bullshit then, because like, you know,
Yeah. I get it. It's like people like. I get that feeling a lot actually. Now that you mention it, it's like when I know somebody is like doesn't realize something. Fuck, how do I put it? But okay, I'm not gonna go into it because we have limited time. But yeah, I know
yeah,
what you mean exactly.
okay,
Um, Meanwhile, in another country, in this case, not the target country, but a recruitment country, the FSB or some other Russian intelligence agency maintains talent spotters and finds potential recruits. Bill is one such recruit, another is civilian from Pakistan. He's
okay.
slightly smarter than average social and has family in Pakistan. The Russians recruit him and later make a suggestion that Bill should move country to target country. They would have a certain job as a cleaner on arrival. The target country, let's say UK or Finland or Germany, has a wage rate for cleaners such that 1 month's salary equals to 1 year's salary in Pakistan. Bill accepts this, immigrates to the target country, and applies to Shine and Clean Company. He gets hired and leads a normal life working. During the job, he sometimes has to do certain things on behalf of Russians, but he doesn't really know what their ultimate purpose is or how their meaningful actions. He doesn't need to know that much. The Russians, in the meanwhile, utilize this resource to gain physical access to other companies in the region, which will also give them information on the workers of that company for later further hiring and recruitment or similar purposes. Bill goes back to his home country once or twice a year, where he will also be able to have secured communications with the Russian representatives, meet his family.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get this one
I
either.
don't get it. Okay, whatever.
The counterintelligence in the target country has no real capacity to check people's background, which is essentially flawless to begin with. The story is perfect. He's simply an immigrant among many others, looking for work, and everything about his life story is true. The only missing bit of information is that he has been recruited by the Russians, and it's an impossible task to find that out about an event that occurred in another country after the fact. Additionally, there are so many people traveling between countries that it's not possible to scrutinize each individual extensively. The Russians are well aware that if it would occur to Bill to speak to the authorities or the fact, his family is still back in Pakistan and Bill can't be around to protect them. There is a problem with Russians, such as him saying things he shouldn't be saying. The above example is imaginary, but it reflects my beliefs on what actually happens in my country, Finland. There is no way for me to know if this is literally how it works, but I know beyond a reasonable doubt that among the immigrants in our country, there have been some people recruited by the Russians. How that happened exactly is uncertain. This is just my guess and speculation, an attempt to rationalize and explain why it's possible that this is the case.
Okay, so
Holy
let me
fuck.
let me drop some counterpoints on this, right? Like,
Yeah, go ahead.
alright, first of all, what the fuck?
Firstly,
Why would anyone want to write this on the internet? Have you read it? Okay, so I mean, this shit makes no sense to me, right? Like, let's say there's a cleaning company called Shine and Clean Company, and it's fucking bought by the Russians, so that they're doing some stuff which is like well, I don't know what they're doing. Like they're stealing nuclear secrets or something. I have no fucking idea, but like it's crazy. Um, why do they need to get a guy from fucking Pakistan to move over so that he has a perfect background story? Like everyone has a perfect background story. It's not like everyone from fucking Pakistan is just and like what's this got to do with immigration? Like immigrating makes it more complicated, doesn't it? Because that's more authorities that need to check your papers and whatever the fuck. Like, why don't you just get some random Finnish guy to do it? Like, just tell some Finnish guy, like, just find some Finnish hobo who has no background. Like, he's literally a hobo. He's homeless. You tell him you can work in my company.
correct.
Yeah, so like you can work in my company as like a cleaner or whatever, and here's the list of requests. Like, you go to this place, you steal some nuclear secrets, and if you tell anyone, we kill you dead on the floor, and you're a hobo, so no one will even know. Like, it's just so weird to me. Like, we have to get some guy from Pakistan and threaten his family so he can do some mundane thing that anyone can do, so that the
Yeah,
government doesn't find out. Like, what? It makes
you
no
know,
sense, dude.
the best, my highlights for this. First off, I was waiting for him to just write, and then they teach him to play Dota and run it down in
Yeah,
my
yeah,
games.
yeah. Same.
But the implication of this, I think, is better than the text itself. Because the implication for this is he saw some like Pakistani or I don't know some
Yeah,
Indian guy
yeah,
in
yeah,
Finland like working at like a grocery store or something, and
yeah,
the guy said hi to him too slowly or kicked
yeah,
around the
yeah.
watermelon or something, and he's like, "Yep, a Russian spy." And in his head, I'm starting to realize how this guy's mind works. Kind of in his
Exactly.
head, he
Yeah,
had like all the dots, like he has like a web for the like interwoven stories, and then in his head, like another attachment got like sent out, and he attached like, okay, Russian spy, immigrant kicking watermelon,
yeah.
boom, connection, you know?
You know what this reminds me of? Two things
Yeah,
actually that I want to say about this. The first one, I can't remember what it was. It was like either a movie or TV series, but it's like this detective story, and they got how did it work? Okay, so what happened was it was some sort of mystery, right? Or like conspiracy or something like that. They were like one murder happened here, for example. Let's just say it was like a serial killer, right? So they said that one murder happened here, another murder happened here, and another murder happened here, and they marked 3 points on the map, right? Just imagine three
yeah,
random points on like a city map or something.
yeah,
And then they said like Oh yeah, so the next one is gonna be like in the middle of these three. Like they drew like a
What
triangle around the three things, like the three killings, let's say, and they were like, "Oh, the next one
the
is in the
fuck?
center of this triangle." It's like it's yeah, you can make a triangle out of 3 points and then put the dot in the middle, but why? Why? It just doesn't make sense. It's like this guy's life is just a bunch of dots, but he connects them in arbitrary ways that makes it seem
Yeah,
like his point is correct. But you can connect them any way you want. He just sees everything in his like crazy fucking delusional way. And
yeah.
the other thing I wanted to say was the other thing I wanted to say is like, isn't this guy just like an unironic racist or something? Is this what it is? Like um
A
oh,
racist against the Russians.
against
By the
like
way,
the
I'm going
Pakistanis.
to small toilet break. Just keep going. I'll BRB. I'm
Oh, okay.
past this here.
Yeah, go fastly. Yeah, the other thing I wanted to say was like people have like sort of weirdly inconsistent. This is like fucking anime or something where like people's power levels change so fast. But it's like the Russian government's power levels are so different. It's like they're so powerful that they can like put workers into like specific jobs and have them steal nuclear secrets, and they can like plant entire companies inside Finland and sneak people through immigration. But at the same time, like Bill, this like random guy, is able to protect his family from the Russians. Like, how is that possible, dude? Like, it doesn't matter if Bill is at home protecting his family or not. It's fucking like KGB or some shit. They're gonna kill your family. Like, I don't know. It's fucking bizarre to me. It's like people who want to keep guns in America because they want to protect their family from the uh from the government. Like the government will fuck you up basically. The government is like, I don't know. The government cannot simultaneously be so powerful that they can do this kind of shit, but also be so weak that they're scared of getting caught. It's like inconsistent. That's basically that's basically my thought on it. And yeah, I think once Luke comes back, we're gonna pretty much wrap things up. So
No, don't end. So check my microphone. Okay, I have a wireless headset, so I heard that. I actually disagree though
oh my
on
god, yeah.
multiple things you say. First off, you said like the thing about KGB or about Russia being inconsistent. Like they're so weak that he's able to like protect his family, and they're so strong that like
Yeah.
they can set up. If this scenario was real, now I'm taking like a lot of
Yeah.
ifs. This is a
Okay,
very
sure.
huge if.
Yeah, this is
But
real.
if
Okay.
this is real, if I would be like secret agency, I would want this guy to feel like he can protect his family, right? Like it's obviously not true, but this is the type of things you want to scare people into thinking, right? Or it's not like he thinks he will protect them, but it's like more about the fact like, yeah, if they wanted to kill his family, they always could. Like they have the power. But like the deal is, okay, you don't tell on us, we're gonna like chill up,
Oh, I
we're
see what
not.
you mean. Yeah, I see what
Yeah,
you mean. Yeah, yeah.
but it's not like that he thinks he's protecting his family. Yeah,
Okay,
he
yeah.
thinks
Yeah, you're
what I
right.
mean.
You're right. You're right. You're right. Because it doesn't matter what he thinks, basically. You're right. You're right about that. Yeah.
Secondly, the thing in America about Americans having their weapons is very legit. Because in Europe, maybe it doesn't make sense because Europeans are humans. But yeah, I swear to God, if American government could enslave all Americans, they do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
They're
but when
unhumans.
no, but
And
like this
the
is
thing
like
you said about them not being able to protect themselves from the government is not true as well. Because if anything, Vietnam has shown how much power people on home soil have against a vastly superior army. It's like just because you have big gun, big army, big nuke, it doesn't really mean. I mean, it means something, right? But
yeah, yeah.
there is an advantage to be gained from a bunch of militarized people that know the land, that are like, the average guys with guns.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I can agree with that. Some banana warfare, guerrilla warfare, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah, guerrilla warfare. You were gonna say something before I interrupted you.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I think we can basically call it for today. I was gonna shout out our sponsors, Ogre Boy Coaching Discord and Savex League.
Friday
Yeah,
League.
wonderful. I just want to say, by the way, fuck you, Ulafs, you piece of shit, canceling scrim on me.
Oh yeah. Yeah, let's talk about her Friday
No,
League team.
no, let's not.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
not,
Let's
because
do it. I'll start.
I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep in like.
Yeah, sure, but like fastly, right?
No, I'm not talking about it
Yeah.
at all. I'm saving it for next week. But fuck you, laughs.
Okay. Yeah, fuck who laughs.
Yeah. So yeah, that's basically it. Oops, I shitted. Goodbye. Say bye, Luke.
Goodbye.